Presenting something at TechnoPop, whether you are from a school thinking of bringing people to TechnoPop, it's all to achieve the same thing, which is to excite our kids. So TechnoPop is about future technologies, techno, obviously, to do with technology, pop because it's going to be a pop-up event situated in the shadow of the Olympic Stadium just by the Olympic Park in East London. And this is going to be a wonderful event to allow young people to have an exciting, interactive experience. So it's not about what many kids do at the Science Museum, which is just pressing a button on a machine and then running off to the next machine and pressing another button. This is all about them getting actively involved, learning through being excited, learning through having fun. So we are not the only organisation, we're not the only event which is dealing with what is such an important activity for exciting children, allowing them to learn about STEM activities, giving them an insight into the sort of careers that might excite them. But we are part of the solution, and you are part of that solution as well. I'd like to thank all those partners who have already confirmed that they're going to be taking part within TechnoPop. You can see some of the stands here this evening, just giving you a little flavour of what people are going to be able to see and do at TechnoPop. I want to thank Dennis, who are our media partners, and most of all I want to thank our headline sponsors for the event, which is the Crystal by Siemens. And so I'd like to introduce you to Josh, who's the Operations Director at the Crystal. Josh.
Thank you. I won't stand on the chair, but hopefully you can all see me. We spent a good 10 minutes before the event trying to get the microphone stand to a good height between the two of us, but it was just an ingenious way of just picking it up and holding it to your face. So that's much better. So yes, good evening. My name is Josh Palmer. I am the Operations Manager, just been demoted from Operations Director, and it's wonderful to welcome you all to the Crystal. It is sort of funded by Siemens, and really it's a centre for Siemens to really spread the word on technology and on science, and that sort of manifests itself here in urban sustainability. So it's really great to welcome so many of you who are engaged in a very similar topic, and it's just fantastic that when we originally had the idea of the Crystal, it was for events exactly like this that the Crystal was built. The Crystal has a number of different functions, primarily of which is obviously an event venue, but also we have the world's largest interactive exhibition on urban sustainability. And that contains a wide variety of technology. And as Martin touched on a moment ago, it's not just about pressing a button or reading a bit of text, it's about engaging with people. And in our first year we had just over 115,000 visitors, which was way beyond what we'd sort of expected, and actually about 25% of them were people under the age of 18, which was really fantastic for us, right from very young primary school children who I think like the pretty lights and they can swipe away and play on the little games we have, right through to people who are following their GCSEs, their A-levels, and then people obviously above 18 who are going on to university. And it's been a richly rewarding experience for us, getting those kids to come in, to explore the technology and take from it what they want. Because I think that's a key learn from us from the first year, is that you can't treat everyone exactly the same, you can't teach them all exactly the same thing. You have to present the technology in a number of different ways, and then allow them to learn about it in their own fashion and really seek that inspiration for themselves. And we found that has gone down really well. People have really welcomed that sort of approach, and hopefully it will continue in the future. When I was first sort of told about TechnoPop, I couldn't believe that there was an organisation out there that so closely was aligned with what the sort of overall aim for Siemens was. And it was really fantastic to be able to engage at an early stage, and welcome you tonight and support with the event, which I've calculated using my own brain is 108 days, 4 hours and 27 minutes from opening.
Yikes!
Just about. And that is, I think, the next 108 days will bring us to the point where East London really become a centre for broadcasting that message about technology and science, and really getting people of all ages, especially kids, where it's so key for our future, that this is the place to learn and to be inspired. So thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Josh. And now I'd like to introduce Christina from the Science and Engineering Week team.
Hi everyone. First of all, on behalf of the British Science Association, I just want to thank all of the TechnoPop organizers for putting together what I think is clearly going to be a brilliant science and technology festival in East London next year. So the British Science Association is really pleased to be involved, and specifically the National Science and Engineering Week team are really excited to be taking part in the festival. And the team itself, I should explain, is part of one of the many programs that the British Science Association runs. So National Science and Engineering Week is a 10-day celebration of science and engineering that takes place across the UK every March. And this year, National Science and Engineering Week corresponds conveniently with week 3 of the TechnoPop program. So we will be actively participating in the activities at TechnoPop. The national team at the British Science Association coordinates a lot of grassroots events that happen across the country during NSCW. So as a national team, what we do primarily is support and encourage people in the community to both attend and organize their own science activities. We work a lot with teachers in schools. We're trying to work more with non-school organizations. And in addition, we run a number of national projects and national competitions. And these are some of the things that we want to bring to TechnoPop when we take part. So at TechnoPop, the national team that works on National Science and Engineering Week are really excited because we are actually actively going to be at the festival. So for the most part, what we do again is at our desk, and we support people who are running their own activities out in the community. But for TechnoPop, we actually get to come and run some of the activities ourselves. So we've started brainstorming, and what we want to do is try to tie in some of the national projects that we've been working on. So for example, for National Science and Engineering Week 2014, our school theme is Explore the Future. And what we're aiming to do at TechnoPop is to try and have a number of activities that revolve around this theme. So we really want to try and have students and teachers and their families really thinking about what their world is going to be like in the future and how developments in science and technology are going to change their lives. And clearly this fits in really nicely with TechnoPop's themes, overarching themes. And I should say that we came up with this theme independently of TechnoPop, so it just happens to work quite nicely together. Another project that National Science and Engineering Week has been working on before partnering with TechnoPop is the Get Set Demonstrate project. So this is something we've been working on in partnership with the Gatsby Charitable Foundation. And this is a project to get teachers and technicians to give practical demonstrations to students in schools. So trying to get more practical demos as part of actually what teachers are doing. So for TechnoPop, what we're hoping to do is run a Twilight CPD session where we actually have teachers and technicians getting some more hands-on experience with running demonstrations. And then on demo day, which is the 20th of March, at the festival, hopefully having a number of teachers and technicians giving demonstrations live to large student audiences. Hopefully we'll get a number of teachers to volunteer to do this. I don't know if there are a few in the audience, but I'm very keen, and I think this is a great opportunity to really get teachers more actively involved in running practical demonstrations. There are a number of other activities that we've been brainstorming with, so the National Science and Engineering Week team and the TechnoPop team get together and we have very long, passionate meetings. I'm looking at Joe and laughing, sorry. Yes, we've got lots of brainstorming and we need to work on sort of bringing down some of our ideas. But briefly, a couple other things, so student-teacher challenges, so science-based challenges, a lot of presentations, of course, by science communicators and scientists. But we're keeping the ideas still a bit general because what we want to do is really have our ideas be integrated into what other partners and exhibitors are doing at the festival. So we want as much as the Science Week activities we can, to be integrated in all of the other amazing stuff that's going on at the festival. And so, instead of saying here more, and I can go on and on, believe me, I prefer to really spend tonight chatting with as many of you as I can to see how we can work together, and hopefully I'll be working with a number of you in the upcoming months. So, thank you.
Thank you, Christina. I've just been asked to tell you that after the speeches are over, if anybody wants to have a tour around the Crystal exhibition, there are some guides available. I won't keep you for very long from that opportunity because I have not yet had a drink, so that's a very important driver for me at the moment. I'd just like to give you a little bit of an idea beyond what you've heard already of what sort of things you might expect to see at TechnoPop. There is an exhibition, but it's not just an exhibition. There is a large auditorium, so there are going to be inspirational speakers. There are a number of what we call pods, which are classroom-shaped spaces, and some, which can take up to 40 pupils, which our partners can take for an hour or a day in order to deliver interactive activities for the pupils. But that is also true of the exhibition stands, where if people talk about wanting to exhibit at TechnoPop, we say yes, but what are you actually going to do with the kids? What are they going to do for themselves? What are they going to get out of it? What are they going to take away, both mentally and physically? And so it's not just a looking and watching, it's a doing. And that's what it's all about. The weeks are themed. So, for example, the first week is about looking up. So aerospace, space travel, meteorology, and so on. The second week is about inspiring women to take up STEM activities. So just to give you a couple of ideas, in week one, looking up, Climate Week, we're supporting Climate Week in week one, we're supporting National Astronomy Week, and we're also supporting National Careers Week. In the second week, we're supporting International Women's Day and Women in the World. And in week three, which is In Touch with Technology, we're supporting National Science and Engineering Week. In other words, TechnoPop, as you would have heard from Christina a moment ago, is not operating by itself. It is engaging with all other organisations in the UK, and indeed beyond, that are interested in driving this agenda. So some of the content, there are workshops, the STEMettes are going to be doing a hackathon, there is going to be Women Rock Science, Mission X, how to train like an astronaut, and so on and so forth. I was brought in because what my company does, this is my day job now, is 3D technologies, getting 3D technologies into schools, getting youngsters excited about design and innovation through the use of designing in 3D and printing in 3D. So we were asked to organise the 3D zone. And in that zone alone, we have got all sorts of exciting organisations, a lot of them very young organisations that either are using 3D technologies in order to deliver a product or a service, other people who are selling the product, but they're all excited about doing things with youngsters and getting them motivated. One of the activities which we're really excited about, which we're working on at the moment, is to have, probably during week 6, which is will be early April, a fashion show. Now this won't be any ordinary fashion show. What we're going to be showing is 3D printed garments, wearable technology, and other...
Cute circuit.
Sorry?
Cute circuit.
And you can see over here, we have got Cute Circuit who are involved, and they do the most wonderful things with garments. So this is just to give you an idea of just what exciting things we will be showing at that show. We want you all to be involved, so please think about what you might want to do and how you might want to help us in order to achieve our aims. So, thank you very much. I'm going to pass you over to Philippa, who is going to close the talks. Thank you very much.
Hello. I'm not getting on the chair. I think it's relevant that I say hello on behalf of TechnoPop to prove that there are people behind the technology, because I run the social media for TechnoPop. And just out of interest, who here has spoken to me on Twitter? Yeah, quite a few people. It's good to put a face to the Twitter name. If you haven't already engaged with us via social media, please do. We are across the platforms. Our Twitter handle is @TechnoPop London. We're also on LinkedIn. If you just search for us, you should find our group. There's quite a lot of people here who have already joined. Thank you very much. And we also have a Facebook group. Other than that, I really just have some quick thank yous to make. Firstly, thank you to Martin, not only for introducing us this evening, but also for curating the 3D zone at TechnoPop. We're all very excited about that. It's going to be fantastic content. And just to reiterate his thanks to Josh from the Crystal and to the whole Crystal team for hosting us this evening, and also for their headline support of the event. Everyone here has probably already been enticed into the exciting exhibition over there. If you haven't already, then I suggest you take one of the tours or have a quick look. We're also, part of TechnoPop exhibition will include some of the Crystal content, and we're also excited about that. And then further thanks to all the content providers who are here this evening, who've already committed to being part of the event, and to Christina for presenting about National Science and Engineering Week. I will reiterate that there are still varied opportunities to get involved in TechnoPop. If you aren't already involved, I would imagine that tonight has inspired you to investigate how you may get involved. There are opportunities for providing workshops, exhibition content, seminars, partnering and sponsorship. We'd be really keen to talk to you. Try and grab one of the TechnoPoppers this evening with a purple badge, and we'd love to talk to you. If you don't get a chance to do that this evening, then please contact us via social media or email maybe next week. So other than that, just really enjoy the rest of the evening. Hope you all have a great time networking with one another, and on behalf of the whole TechnoPop team, a huge thank you for your support so far. Thank you.